Okay guys, I'm going to take you through the second edit. This one's a little bit more complicated, but you can definitely do it, and it's going to end up looking something like the picture we can see on screen at the moment. Just like before, to start, we're going to select our image, right click on it, open with Adobe Photoshop. Okay, that'll open up our picture. Okay, the first thing we're going to do, we've already done before on our previous picture. So we're going to duplicate the layer. I'm going to right click on it, duplicate layer. So I've got a copy of that layer, and then I'm going to apply a color halftone filter. So I'm going to go to filters, pixelate, color halftone. Okay. Then I'm going to change my layer blend mode. I'm just going to check my previous image to overlay. So I'm going to change that to overlay to make it a bit semi-transparent. The image is a little bit dark at the moment, so I'm going to lower the opacity here. So I can see that halftone pattern, but it's not too much. So you just click on the opacity section and take it to whatever stage you think you want it at. Okay. I'm going to click back on my previous image. Right, on top of this one, we've added a layer to give it a darker edge, and we've added a glowing filters layer, which we've done already once before. And we've changed that to subtract. So I'm going to click back on my image, click on my background one. That's really important. Duplicate it, move it above that first background copy, and I'm going to apply filter, filter gallery, glowing edges. Okay, then I'm going to change the mode to subtract. And we can see it's added a dark comic book outline around the image, much like the other one. Again, I could always drop the opacity a little bit so it's not quite as dark. Okay, once we've done that, we're going to then start to add some, change the colour of the picture with some new layers that we're going to draw colours onto. Okay, so I'm going to create a new layer. I'm going to use this tool, the polygon lasso tool, and I'm just going to click, 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 and then join it up to create an area. And I'm going to fill that with some form of colour. So click on my paint bucket tool, click within that area, and it will fill it with green. At the moment, the colour is completely solid. On this one, it's transparent because we've changed the layer mode to subtract. So we're going to experiment with different layer modes. So I'm going to change that to subtract. Other layer modes would work, so I could change it to maybe colour or luminosity, and you can see if I change the layer mode, it has a different effect on the image. Darken works really well, it just changes that area to green. You can experiment with different ways of doing this. So then I'm going to add another layer, and this time that one I've changed it to vivid light. So we'll try a couple of different things. So again, new layer, back on my polygon lasso tool, select a different area this time. I'm going to fill it with a different colour, so I'm going to change that colour to a pink. Paint bucket tool again, making sure I'm on a new layer, fill that, select, deselect. Again, pause the video regularly if you need to. I'm going to try this on subtract. Oh, it's gone green, so maybe we'll try it on colour or luminosity, or that doesn't work very well. Maybe multiply might work quite well, it just goes a bit dark in this area. Or lighten, colour dodge. Vivid light seems to work quite well in that area as well. You could try a range of different options. I'm going to change it back to hue. Okay, I might recolor the background. So on this one, we've also got a background that's a solid fill instead of white. To do this, we're going to do the same thing we did before. So I'm going to click on the background layer. I'm going to click on the magic wand tool. I'm going to click somewhere in the white here, and you can see it's selected mostly that white bit. It's cut into a shirt a bit, but we can sort that out in a moment. I'm going to click on the top layer, then create new layer by clicking that little arrow, and I'm going to fill this with a different color. Edit, fill, and some sort of color. Click on here, select a different color, like maybe a blue. Paint bucket tool again. We've got a little bit of blue on the collar. We can remove that by, you could use a range of different tools. I'm going to show you how to do it using a layer mask. So I'm just going to, with a layer selected, click on this little symbol. It's a rectangle with a dark circle in the middle of it. And on this bit, not on the layer, on the bit to the side, the mask that's just been added, I'm going to paint on it with black, just in the area I want to get rid of. And we can see that blue's disappearing from that bit of the collar, just very slowly. Okay. Right, to finish off then, so we're at this stage now. To finish off, we can add some more layers on different colours, and we're going to set those to a couple of different colour modes, so maybe exclusion, maybe colour, and see if we can create some more different kind of pop-arty shapes across it. So I'm going to again use my polygon. I'm going to again, create a new layer. If you've done this, guys, just double click at the start to select something. Okay, I'm going to create a new layer. Then I'm going to draw on it using the polygon lasso tool. And then fill it with a different colour again. So I want something that's a contrast to the colours I've used so far. Maybe a red. Paint bucket tool, click within this area, select, deselect. And then I'm going to try that on a different colour mode, so maybe colour. Works really well. And I could just add a couple more layers like this. So new layer again, draw a different shape on wherever I want it to be. Fill that with a different colour. Click on the paint bucket tool, fill, select, deselect, and again change your mode. So I could change it to colour doesn't work, saturation doesn't work, but colour, or maybe difference works really well, or exclusion in this case. I think difference worked really well. Something where you can still see the pattern and the image clearly underneath, but it's kind of changing as it interacts with the different colours. Okay, just like before, what we want to do is create some different variations of this. So as soon as you think you've got something you're quite happy with, we're going to add some hue and saturation layers at the top. So click on the top layer, click on the little circle, hue and saturation layers, and I'm going to change the colours to a completely different colourway. So with a pink background, turn that off, add a new one, change the colours again, maybe yellow background, turn that off, add a new one, green background, turn that off, add a new one, purple background, turn that off. Then I'm going to save my image, file, save as, just like before. Save it as a Photoshop file first. Then I'm going to save as a JPEG. 1A. Say you guys select save a copy, select JPEG, save. You can leave this at maximum or high. Then turn on my next layer, file, save a copy, 1B, change it to JPEG, save. Okay, turn that off, turn on the next one, file, save a copy, 1C, change it to JPEG, turn that off, turn on the next one, and just do that until you've finished all of your different layers. That'll just give you a range of different options we can present in your sketchbook, which will look very pop art, very Andy Warhol, which is what we're after. Do that with the last one. Okay, and then when you're finished, what you should have again is a series of files of PSD first, a Photoshop file, and then a range of JPEGs in different colors. If you've done that, well done guys, excellent work.